So let's move on to our third panel. Audiences continue to fragment. That's bad news for traditional distributors, producers, and publishers. Innovation today must also address monetization. Our third panel today features a group of content providers who are struggling to finance new projects and are exploring new monetization models. Directing this panel is Matt Hartley, the technology editor for the Financial Post, who daily covers the trials and tribulations of companies trying to innovate. Matt.
Thank you. They clearly asked a newspaper reporter to talk about a monetization panel because clearly we've figured this out. I'm Matt Hartley, and I would like to introduce you to this amazing panel who I had a fascinating lunch with, but rather than me telling you who they are, I will let each one of them introduce themselves. So.
Great. Hi, everyone. I'm Jackie Loch. I'm the VP Content Solutions at Rogers Media. Before we get into anything, I want everybody to know here I'm here representing Rogers Media, not Rogers Cable. I can't help you with your mobile bill, and I can't help you with being in the call center too long. But what I do is I run a team within Rogers Media who, I'm down the advertising spectrum. We produce branded content and quality content for our advertisers. So I'm on the other end of the monetization scale. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Patrick Crowe, and I run a company in Toronto called Zenithal Media, zenithalmedia.com, and we're a cross-platform production company. We've been in business in Toronto for just 10 years now. And we've mainly done as content producers. We've worked a lot of the time over the last 10 years creating some of the most innovative, critically acclaimed TV convergent interactive stuff that's been done in this country, and working with big brands like Flashpoint or Sanctuary, for example, and increasingly we're focusing on stuff that's not as tightly tied to television as it has been in the past, and I'll probably allude to some of that in this presentation.
Thanks. My name is Jay Jolly. I'm a CEO of two companies, actually, that will add a little bit of context to my new one, Cineku. So I started a digital agency, a very boutique digital agency, focused on film and TV in Vancouver about 4 years ago. Our clients include like CBC, we've done stuff like Craft Hockeyville, Battle of the Blades, all the social platforms that are, and analytics and stuff behind them. They're a great partner. We've also done Heartland. Other clients are like TELUS, Weinstein's, Disney. And what we do is build, these really sticky experiences that are complementary, that create engagement between their episodes, that look at driving audience, and we're very audience focused. And from those learnings and that playbook and that technology, I believe that digital agencies should always be creating new products. So we're launching a new company called Cineku that's basically a disruptive film accelerator. And we're going to disrupt the way $1 to $5 million independent films are basically packaged, marketed, and financed.
I'm Catherine Tait. I think I'm here primarily in my role as a new media interactive web series producer, but I also am a traditional film and television producer. I've been in the business for over 25 years, and I bring all of those prejudices and limitations to the table, but I am passionate, and I would describe myself as an evangelist for digital production in Canada and the US.
Cool. I feel like we're ignoring everybody behind me. I'm sorry for the way my chair is angled. So let's start off with maybe something that works with Guidestones. Obviously, digital media and storytellers are looking at new ways of using the web and video to tell interesting new stories. And as we saw at the end of that presentation, you guys had 6 different brands that were on board with Guidestones. What's the appetite that each of you are seeing among brands to be associated with these kinds of new interactive modes of storytelling? Maybe Catherine, you could start off.
I would say, and I think Andra Sheffer, who I see at the back there, who runs the Independent Production Fund, will attest to this, that in Canada, it is a real slog getting brands on board, and it really is listing off 6 the way Jay did. It seemed like it was a piece of cake. In fact, Jay and our other partner Jonas at Authentic and spent many man hours beating on the doors of brands to try to get people involved. When you have a product that nobody knows anything about, this is not a reality show. This is scripted drama. It's complicated. It's a conspiracy theory. It's taking place over all sorts of platforms. So it's not an obvious fit for a brand. And these guys literally won each one of those brands by personal persuasion. I think that over time, now for Guidestones too, we have something to show, and hopefully it'll be easier. What we really need to do as producers is understand that the digital agencies or media agencies aren't really in the business of selling independent producers content to their brand clients. And so to be successful with brands, you really need to get to the chief marketing officer directly or get those relationships directly, and to the extent possible, try to hit the global brand rather than the domestic one. So for example, Guidestones, we have Samsung Canada. What we really need in season 2 is the global marketing people, because obviously then the reach is that much greater. So I'd say it's beginning. I think there is some openness to your question. It really needs, for producers, it's not a natural fit for us running around and knocking on doors and trying to sell this content directly, especially if you're a TV producer. In the old days, broadcasters didn't let you go to their clients. You just let them look after that. It's changed, obviously, but it isn't our natural Rolodex or fit skill set. So there's some learning there that has to happen.
It sounds like there's a bit of a fear of the unknown. Is that something that, as like you were saying, now you're working on season 2 of Guidestones, do you feel as though, as the proof of concept comes out, or as brands become more comfortable with these things, that there may be more of a willingness to look at this kind of storytelling?
Oh, absolutely. And I think, Jackie can talk to how sophisticated brands are. I'm not suggesting that they're not open to it. It's just they may not be open to original, independently produced content that is not necessarily an obvious sell of their product. So in the early days of web content, you had the BMW contest, or you had the very famous Mentos web series. What brands are interested in now is more what I would call contextual association. Brands are now looking at being publishers of content themselves. They're not interested in just advertising on it. So that can be tricky for us as independent producers. We come up with the ideas first. We don't talk to brands about our ideas. We just come up with the ideas. And we think, oh, this would be such a cool show. I want to make this show. I don't think, oh, this show would be perfect for Samsung. And there's got to be a little shift in thinking. It's not, again, and I think Jackie can maybe jump in on that.
Well, it's interesting because I start from the complete other end of the creative process, really, which is, and our approach, and it's also by who my boss is, we are, it's much more of a marketing model. So yes, so what it tends to happen is it's all around what are our clients' objectives, what are their strategies, what's the story that they're trying to tell, what's the consumer engagement that they're trying to achieve, taking that and then developing custom content around it. But not just doing that, also creating content that you can measure, and that you can measure back to either the client's marketing objectives, marketing goals, but with all of that, you've got to create something that's quality within it. So you've got a lot of brands out there, and you've got chief marketing officers that are taking dollars away from traditional legacy media, regular commercials, ads, etc. They are putting it into branded content, and some of them are shifting in the US, they're shifting as much as 36% of their marketing budgets away from traditional media into content. They view that as everything from social media to their websites to whatever they might be producing. They're not content producers. That's where the missing gap is that they know that they're not. So they need to find partners to produce content with. And really, there's maybe some kind of a really great new model that sits exactly, maybe it's in these two seats here, exactly in between you and I, which is what's that new model and how do you take it to market?
When it comes to branded content, I mean, it's something that we've been doing at the Post as well, but what should the role of the advertiser be in branded content?
Okay, so I'll give you some examples. One of the biggest programs we worked on last year was you can still see it online. It was a 12-part webisodic original series launched with L'Oreal Canada with Rogers Media called Canada's Best Beauty Talent. And we, as two partners, got together, we shared each other's goals. We knew that we were very good in the beauty space as Rogers, you know, Flair Magazine, Hello, etc. They're very good in the beauty space as L'Oreal, that's what they do, multi-brand. What we did though was we created a third entity between us, which was let's drive consumer behavior through the creation of this content experience. And we did it together as a partnership. We did it to prove out the concept. Will people watch webisodic television? Will they watch digital series? Will they be engaged? Will they be turned off because it's branded? Will they be turned off because there's brand integration? And what was so interesting is we found, we started out very shy. We were afraid of showing products. And it was a beauty and hair reality competition, and products were an integral part of the storytelling. So we had to. But we were shy on showing products too much to get accused of being advertising. We were shy on time spent for editing the actual webisodic series. We had our first episodes were as short as 7 minutes. And through social media, as the show unveiled over 6 weeks, actually 12 parts, social media was telling us that they wanted to see more products, that they wanted a longer show. They wanted the characters developed. Well, there's no difference from any other type of entertainment. They wanted a good story, they wanted to be entertained, they wanted characters, and they wanted to know what was going on. So by the end of the 12 episodes, we were up to 17 minutes an episode. And our average time spent viewing for digital was close to 10 minutes, which is crazy. And people told us they wanted to see the products. So go figure. We actually shied away from it. We tried not to be the sort of, you know, the blatant in-your-face advertisers, but it came down to storytelling. And if you can focus on that and focus on that being the goal, the client actually they were not involved in the final edits at all. There was one person on L'Oreal's side who viewed the final edit, and that was it. We didn't get into having brand managers on set. We were completely allowed to do our job, but we also set the rules up front in how we were going to conduct ourselves on set, behind the scenes, and during planning. I know that was a very long answer, wasn't it? Did you like it?
It was great.
My new friend.